A puzzle hovers around European foreign defense policy. Why, despite a widespread support at both the mass and elite level, has there been so little progress in further integration in this area? We suggest that this might be due to a combination of factors. One is related to the nature of public support. The issue here is that public support for further European integration might be shallow, either because, when put to test, Europeans might not want to pay the financial, human, and political costs involved, or because people know so little about foreign security issues and they are even less motivated to get them informed. When support is permissive, it can easily be shaken by political actors. The other factor is how politicians factor public opinion in their decisions. It has been suggested that politicians, in taking their most consequential decisions, do not pay attention to the present distribution of opinions, but rather to the one that might crystallize once decisions are taken, because they are fearful that opposition parties might transform their decisions in a source of political conflict. Therefore, no matter how enthusiastic political elites might be in principle to the idea of scaling Europeanization up, they might be reluctant to do so, sensing the risk of a politicization trap, in which what now appears to be a widespread consensus quickly turns into a constraining dissensus. To shed light on the potential risks of politicization, we have looked in two directions. The first is whether parties on the left and the right are divided on foreign security policy. Using the Chapel Hill expert survey on party positions, in the figure we report how parties distribute on support for foreign defense policy. We find a curvilinear pattern in which mainstream parties, both of the center-left and of the center-right, are more supportive of further integration, while extreme parties at both sides of the political spectrum are much less supportive of such integration. And this is a first source of political troubles. The second condition is how sensitive public opinion is to party cues. For this purpose, we have designed an experiment in which respondents were asked a question about their support for a common European army. The question was opened by a brief introduction in which we manipulated three factors: the ideological orientation of the speaker, the arguments used by the speaker to either support or oppose a common European army, and whether these statements had generated any sort of public controversy. The main finding is that what seems to really matter shaping citizens' choices is not the party cues or their ideological position, but rather the nature of the arguments used. Those exposed to a completely favorable set of arguments are significantly more supportive compared to those who've been exposed to a completely negative or mixed set of arguments. Let me conclude stressing two important political implications of these results. The first is that public opinion is more responsive to arguments rather than party cues. The second is that there is room for top-down politicization. European foreign security policy might be exploited by political entrepreneurs, especially at the extremes of the political spectrum.